What's going on, everybody? Great to have you back here again today. We're going to be looking at Python again. We're going to be doing a bit of file handling today. So we're going to tackle the most exciting way I could think of to tackle file handling, and that's dealing with meeting minutes, because don't pretend like you don't love meetings and spending all of your time just talking about doing stuff and making plans to have a strategy. This is serious business. So let's chat meeting minutes. Let's build an app that's going to help us capture those in Python, and let's learn a little something while we do it. So we'll start off, we're going to need a couple of tools. So we're going to import OS. That's going to be to do with how we handle our files. Being able to save files. The next thing that we're going to need to do is import datetime, so that we have the concepts of date and time available to us. Obviously that's a helpful thing when we're talking about meetings, because they occur at a date and a time. Facts you may not have known. Alright, so let's define our function for how we're going to capture meeting minutes. So sort of the core of what we're doing here. So going capture minutes, and within capture minutes, we will print ourselves a little heading, print meeting minutes capture app, because that's what we're here for. Print, and then so there's a nice little row of dashes. Keep things as pretty as we can in the CLI. Now we're going to grab the core meeting minutes that we need. Sorry, the core elements of a meeting that we need. So we're going to grab the meeting name. Take an input, enter meeting name. We will capture the meeting date. Input, enter meeting date. Let's stick with all capitalized. Excellent, and then we'll capture some attendees. I'm sure some of them will feel as though they've been captured. Input, enter attendees, comma, separated. Gotta keep them separated. Alright, next, the actual minutes of the meeting minutes. So print /n capture meeting minutes. We'll set up a list to store them in. If you want to be fancy, maybe you could use a dictionary and associate each minute with a person. We're not going to. While true, minute equals, and we will input, enter minute, or done to finish. And that's how we're going to allow people to escape out of this loop. So, if minute dot lower equals done, just so we can rule out people using any capitals in there, we're going to break from our loop. And then we will go minutes dot append minute. Then we'll fix how we've spelled minute up here, so that we get rid of our yellow squiggly lines, and obviously so that things will work. Now, we've looped through, we've been able to capture the individual meeting minutes, we know what the meeting's about, we know when it's happening, we know who's there. And so now we're going to need a way to actually store the information. So file name equals, we'll throw the F in here so we can use the variables. We'll go, okay, meeting name underscore meeting date dot txt. So we can store it as a text file, and this will mean that if we have a recurring meeting like daily stand-up, the date will be the differentiator there. Awesome. Now, with open file name writer as file, we want to file.write. It's pretty easy stuff in terms of engaging with files here. Meeting name is variable meeting name /n for a new line. File.write f meeting date meeting underscore date, another new line, file.write, can you guess it? You know it, we're going with the attendees. Write them in. Then we'll drop a couple of lines this time and start adding in our meeting minutes. Oop. They need to be included in the quotation marks. So let's give ourselves a heading for the meeting minutes. So file.write meeting minutes /n. And then we're going to need to loop through our meeting minutes. So for I, we'll give ourselves a little incremental counter. Minute in, enumerate our minutes. Start at 1, please. Move on to file.write f. We'll throw in our incremental counter and the meeting minute. Drop a line, and that will iterate through all of our meeting minutes for us. Then we'll say print f, drop down the line, meeting minutes saved to, and drop in file name. Perfect. And now we're able to capture our meeting minutes. What if we then wanted to view our meeting minutes? So we've captured them in a file. Maybe we don't want to look in the folder structure every time to dig up a text file to do it. Let's just give ourselves a little way to do it in the app. So we'll define view minutes. In there we'll go print heading, so we'll go meeting minutes viewer, and we'll keep things looking all snazzy with, is that what I used last time? Yeah, I think that's what I used last time. With some dashes there. Now we're going to want to list the available files that we have, so we give people the option of what they want to open. So let's take a look at what exists within the directory. So we'll go files equals, and create a list file for file in OS list directory. If file ends with .txt. Excellent. Alright. So that'll search everything in there with the text file. So, you know, if you would actually do a real implementation of this, obviously you don't want to have other text files ending with .txt in there. But, you know, it could be a cool little thing for you to implement and use in your day-to-day life. Now, we've got a list of files. So well, actually, no. What if we don't have a list of files? What if there's nothing in there that ends with .txt? So we'll go if not files, print no meeting minutes found, return. Oop. Now, if there are available meeting minutes, print /n meeting minutes. Go for I file enumerate, yep. Files, start with 1. It's going to give us a list of our file names that are available to us and give everything a number. Our colon, print f our enumerated number, and then the file, which will give us the file name. And then we're going to take an input for what we want to open. So go choice equals input, drop a line, enter file number to view, or C to cancel. Wonderful. And then we'll say if choice dot lower, take out the case sensitivity issue, C, return so it can break out. Otherwise, let's do a bit of error handling. Let's use try and catch. So we'll go try choice equals int choice. So we're taking our input and we're converting it into an integer. We'll say if choice is less than 1 or choice is greater than the length of our files array from where we captured all the different files. Say print invalid choice, and then we'll return. Let's break out. Got some punctuation. We're professionals here. Now, after we've done that, let's go accept value error, print invalid choice, return. Now, so we're saying essentially if we can't, sorry, didn't explain, if we can't do this, we return invalid choice. If we can convert it to an integer, we run this check. If it falls into these categories, so they've entered a number smaller than 1 or longer than the length of the files array, we say it's also an invalid choice. Now, in the event that we haven't run into those issues, we will go file name equals files choice -1, because we're dealing with an enumerated list that started at 1, but we're actually dealing with a list / array which would start counting at 0. So we'll take 1 away from the choice that was entered, and we will say with open file name a reader, so R as file, print /n plus file dot read. So we'll drop a new line and then spit out everything that exists in that file. Now, how are we going to get this all going? So let's define a main function. And we'll throw ourselves a menu in here. So we'll go while true. Oop. While true. This is not going well. This loop just doesn't want to work. Okay, while true. No, still not right. Capital T. While true. Nailed it. Yeah, that's why they pay me the big bucks. Alright. Print /n meeting minutes app menu. Give them the options. So we'll go 1. It's going to be print 1 capture meeting minutes. Option 2 is going to be view meeting minutes. We'll give them option 3, which can be exit. Exit. And then we'll capture the choice that they put in. So choice equals input. Enter your choice. Now, we need to do something with whatever they choose. So, if choice equals 1, you need to use double equals, otherwise you're assigning choice the value of 1. Capture minutes. Semicolons. They have no place here. Elif choice equals 2. We are going. Oh, we're forgetting our colon. We will view minutes. Elif choice is 3. We will print exiting minutes app by breakout, and then lastly we'll put our default options, so just else print invalid choice, please try again. Wonderful. Then we just need to run it. So main. Let's give it a crack. See if this works. I'm hopeful. That said, we did just write 77 lines of code, and that's dangerous. Alright. Call this minutes.py, so let's run it. Excellent, that's very positive. Alright, so let's try view our meeting minutes. Not strong. Alright. If file ends with text. So okay, I think that may just need to say ends, not end. I should have paid attention to what line it was on. There we go. File ends with 2. There we go. I've used the wrong slash. That's going to bug the heck out of me. I think that was down here in main. Yeah, that's just not happening. Alright. Third time's a charm, people. Let's give this a go. Exiting works. I'm happy with exiting. Alright. No more awkward weird slashes. No meetings found. Let's add a meeting. Meeting name can be daily stand-up. Meeting date, it can be today, 2024. It's like today, the day I'm recording, not the day you're seeing this. 2nd of the 10th. Ali, John, Tim. Capture meeting minutes. Tim is late again. Oh. We added a few blank minutes there, my keyboard disconnected from the computer. Tim is late again. Ali thinks the project should start tomorrow. John agrees. Still no Tim. Meeting adjourned. And we'll type done. Hey, now we have our file. Hopefully, let's go view meeting minutes. All right, and we've got our file there, daily stand up with the date appended to the end. So let's open that sucker up. Oh, wait, yep. And there we go. All right, we can see our array of objects. We can see, Tim is late again. Thinks the project should start. This doesn't seem quite right. I think we have not pulled out the values. Alright. Let's jump back into how we're actually displaying this. Actually, I've just opened the text file. And on second thoughts, I think we need to take a look at how we're saving this, because clearly it's actually being saved this way. We're printing it correctly. So, when we're entering into here, alright, we're saying that for each iteration, we want to print minutes. We're supposed to print minute, not the whole array. Let's give it another crack, shall we? Jump back in. Run it again. We'll capture another meeting. We'll say project meeting. Meeting date can be the 2024 10. We'll make it tomorrow. John, Ali, Tim. Meeting minutes. Why do we even invite Tim? He never shows up. Ali is glad we are starting the project today. John agrees. Meeting adjourned. Done. Alright. View our list. Okay, now we've got our two in there. If we look at the first one, it's still going to be all mucked up because that's saved that way. But let's have a look at option number 2, the project meeting. There we go. We've got our meeting minutes. We can see that they're all captured and all is right with the world. So thanks for joining along with us today. I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned a little bit about file handling, a little bit about loops. Yeah, I think it was a good little experiment. I think it's actually something that's kind of practical in the real world, so maybe you end up using this one day, maybe not. But look, if you liked it, drop a like. If you've got any feedback, any questions, drop a comment down below. You want to keep up to date with what's going on, feel free to subscribe with the little bell icon to get notified. Obviously, I'm still starting out here, so any feedback is welcome. Yeah, until next time, have a good one.